Keeping your business healthy in today's marketplace can be a challenging and overwhelming task. From the threat of litigation inside and outside your organization and the inefficiencies that can rob your bottom line as a result of unproven marketing programs, the deck can be stacked against you. To get ahead of these challenges and stay ahead of your competition, the Bottled Business Sense Show provides practical business solutions that uniquely emphasize key legal principles, management techniques, and marketing strategies to protect and ensure the longevity of your business. You'll learn how to implement marketing and protection principles equal to those used by today's most successful corporations. Join your hosts Bill Bernard, Rick Moscoso, and Steve Smith for some high-energy discussion that will inspire you to take control of your business so it can prosper in today's consistently challenging business environment.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Bill Bernard. I'm one of three co-hosts for the Bottle Business Sense Show, which airs every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. On Blog Talk Radio, and of course at our simulcast site, bottlebusinesssenseshow.com. We're here every Tuesday. We focus on your business, and we do that in two ways. We try to protect the business through various means of providing legal tips, and we also help your business prosper. At least that's our goal through the marketing efforts and expertise of my other two co-hosts, Rick Moscoso and Steve Smith. So let me welcome them aboard without further ado. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Bill, I'm doing great. Good morning to you. How you doing, Steve?
Same here, guys. Looking forward to another good show today.
Okay, well, we've been doing this for a while now, and we look forward to having our weekly meetings with all of our entrepreneurs out there who listen and pay attention to the show, because it's free advice, and you just can't beat that in today's day and age. We have a great show today. We have Rick and Steve are going to focus on SEO and YouTube and the importance of YouTube in your marketing efforts. And I think we probably ought to set the stage, guys, and specifically Rick, with providing a foundation for our viewers and listeners. In other words, what we're going to talk about today is going to be important to them only if they find YouTube to be important. And we have many reasons why YouTube is critical for your marketing efforts today. So maybe we can just briefly talk about that, Rick, and let everyone know why YouTube is so important as a tool in your marketing toolbox.
Sure. Well, let me set it up a little bit for everyone. So, as you know, my expertise is video marketing, and so we're going to talk from that standpoint. A lot of businesses these days are moving into that realm if they haven't been using video already, and have probably been using the single most largest search engine on the planet, and that's Google. And so why not take advantage of the 1-2 punch, and that is Google and YouTube. YouTube obviously has been around for a long time and centers around video and video marketing. And since YouTube's owned by Google, there's a lot of advantages in using the 1-2 punch in search engines out there here on the planet. And let me just give you a couple of stats to kind of give you the scope of what we're talking about here today. So if we look at Google, it's been estimated that they bring in, or they attract, about 1.1 billion unique monthly viewers to websites. That's 1.1 B as in boy, billion. Where YouTube is just a little bit behind that at 1 billion. Now, that's amazing when you think about that. It's like, how can you possibly bring that many views to the people that are on the internet? Well, it really is staggering when you hear how much video is actually uploaded every day. There's about YouTube entices viewers to come to their website by forms of revenue sharing, and last year alone, it was estimated by expandedramblings.com, this is an independent website, that there was about $4 billion in revenue done just on YouTube. And so do you think you might just want to have a little piece of that action out there with just a couple of videos on your website.
Well, it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes, doesn't it, Rick, that Google found it important enough to purchase YouTube, right? I mean, they recognized it as something that would be invaluable.
Oh, absolutely. And so, I mean, to the benefit of us that are online and want to promote our business online and promote our business with video, it's really a no-brainer. And if you're not taking advantage of it, then personally, I think you're really missing out.
Well, hey, Rick, let me break in a minute because I have two questions for you. And I think for most people that use video as a part of their marketing strategy, when you really boil it down, there's two things, right? One, how do I get found on YouTube after I put the video up? What do I have to do to make it more searchable? And two, when people find it, how do I get them to watch it?
Yeah, that's the secret sauce, right? Well, the first thing you have to do on YouTube, really, for your business is to build your presence. And what I mean by that is you really have to establish a business channel. Okay, so like we've done here for the Bottle Business Sense show, we have a YouTube channel that displays all of our past episodes that we've done. For the last 18 months. And so those are inherently hosted on YouTube, totally searchable by everyone around the planet. So what you need to do is go to YouTube if you don't already have a channel, set up an account, set up a channel that represents your business, and basically that's really what you need to do to establish your presence online. You can also upload your logo, a unique banner that may represent what you have already on your website. In fact, to tie in the branding from your website or from your Facebook page, business page, it's a really good idea to have some consistency on all of these platforms so your brand looks the same regardless of which platform they come to. All right. So it used to be where you could actually you create a vanity URL on YouTube in the early days, but now what YouTube has done is actually taking that away a little bit, and they want you to build a brand before, or a viewership before they actually give you the ability to create that vanity URL. So today what they let you do is that once you establish your channel, you have this weird YouTube link at the top if you want to share that with anybody. But after 30 days, and after you have at least 500 subscribers, you'll be able to create a vanity URL for your business. So like for Steve, it would be youtube.com/growth source coaching, or for Bill, WFBlegalconsulting.com. You'll be able to do that. So it will reward you based on your viewership and the type of content that's attracting viewers or subscribers to your YouTube channel. So keep that in mind. If you're just starting off and you don't have a big subscribership, don't worry about it, because as you grow and you exceed that 30 days and you exceed that 500 in subscribers, then you'll have the ability to shorten your URL and make it more custom.
All right, Rick, let me throw this at you, because I do a lot of searching for videos, either specific information I'm looking for, or maybe I'm just trying to find in my own lane of the small business highway, who's out there doing really good video. Okay, and what I find, with the exception of a few, the vast majority of videos that I come across, regardless of whether the content's good or not, is that for however long they've been out there, they've not had more than 50 people look at their video.
Yeah, that's true, and that's really a shame. And well, here's an interesting stat to speak to that. Now, while on YouTube, there's actually about 4 billion views of videos per day. Mm-hmm. Okay, which might seem just outrageously a lot. You got to keep in mind that 300 hours of video are uploaded every single minute, and the majority of those that are being uploaded around the world are not business related. In fact, in the U.S., only 9% of U.S.-based businesses are using YouTube for their video marketing or to promote their stuff, which is extremely, extremely small. And then if you take a look at that, 72% of that viewership that comes from that 90% in the U.S. is the sweet spot and has the highest buying power, and that's the millennials. And so it's amazing because it's really underused for business purposes. It's a free platform. You're immediately jumping into a huge viewership by creating your presence, by using the similar SEO keywords like you would if you were just doing textual stuff on Google.
Right.
And then there's some other tricks that you can use with long tail keyword phrases that will help you be more searchable for the interweb. So,
what is that, Rick? Long tail? That was I didn't catch that one. That's a mouthful. What exactly is that?
Yeah. So here's what I mean by that. So instead of just using simple keywords like video marketing or business coach or attorney in Orange County, all right, let's talk about video instead of just video marketing, for example. Let's talk about how to make a Why Hire Me video. Okay, that's kind of a long tail search keyword. Okay, and whatever your business is, it's more of a descriptive thing, descriptive phrase that you would use as a keyword versus just one or two words that we would conventionally use in our SEO keyword determination. So when you're doing a blog, instead of using those one or two short words, you're actually using a keyword phrase.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit, Rick, about, you shot the video, okay, you've got it ready to upload to YouTube. Tell us about some of the areas that the person putting it on YouTube needs to pay attention to so that you can position your video to be found and to be viewed. I mean, there's all these things you have to consider. You got to put a title on it. You got to select keywords for it. You have to put a description in there. I mean, give us some sense of, this is your profession. What is it that you look for that will be the difference between a video being found and maybe even show up on Google search versus the millions and millions that nobody ever sees?
Right. Well, you hit the areas on the head as far as where you have to start. And then this, we're talking just one phase of SEO, and that applies to what you're doing in YouTube. And there's advanced tricks that you can use or techniques that you can use in YouTube. But really, from a basic standpoint, it's creating your channel, number one. So this establishes your brand or complements your brand. Entering your keywords, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlay this template. So you can see what the back office of YouTube looks like in the channel, where you would actually enter in the title of your video, okay? Mm-hmm. Where you would enter in the description of the video, what that is, where you want them to go after you watch your video, and what's the hook to get them to actually click on play to watch it. And then you also have keyword phrases, keyword tags that you can include underneath the video. And really, it's these three areas when you're laying out your video that will help you inherently or help you organically set up your video for the best type of viewership. Now, the cool thing is that you can use this technique if you're just using video. I have a client who doesn't have a website. He sets up his own channel. He promotes it on Facebook, and that's it. He doesn't have a website to send him to. So really, his YouTube channel is where he's being found, as well as on social media. Now, if you do have your own website, then obviously you can backlink this channel or tie it to your website, and now you can take advantage of the Google 1-2 punch with YouTube and Google, and kind of interplay the video that's hosted on YouTube as well as wrapping your content of your website around that.
Okay.
When you're doing a description of your video, Rick, is it important to put? In other words, are you supposed to use keywords in the actual description of the video itself, or do you use keywords just to input in some other place to help the video pop up somewhere?
I would suggest you use keyword phrases within the description of your video. Okay, so if you look at the videos on the Bottle Business Sense show website, and you look at the descriptions that are on that link over to YouTube, you'll see the first line is actually the bottlebusinesssenseshow.com link, which obviously links them back to our website. But then it also has a brief summary of what the show is about that will help entice them to watch the show if this is a particular interest to them in whether it's legal or if it's marketing or video marketing. I'm not sure if that answered your question, but I would use the keyword phrase, the long tail keyword phrase, to describe what the video is about.
Okay, so what you're saying is, if I remember what you said at the top of the show, tell me if I'm wrong. Most people who are using YouTube and who are missing out are not using it for their brothers, whatever it may be. A lot of people are just using YouTube to post videos on for entertainment purposes, not needing to worry about SEO or keywords, because very little of the market out there today is actually using YouTube for business, and therefore a lot of entrepreneurs are missing out by not doing that. Is that what you said? Yeah,
that's correct. I mean, this third-party source that did all the research, and this, by the way, this report was just released in August, so it's pretty recent. It's really amazing how much or how little the YouTube channel or personal YouTube channel that's designed for your business is being used by businesses. Not every business is doing video, so why do they need a YouTube channel, right? And they may end up hosting it on their own internal server website and not taking advantage of this giant search engine that's built into Google and to YouTube.
Hey, Rick, I'll be honest with you. I mean, we've actually had this discussion on other shows, about how to effectively market videos and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. I mean, most of the videos that I've produced are on my business video page, Growth Source Coaching. But ultimately, when somebody watches one of my videos, I prefer that they watch it on my website, on my homepage, or on some other specific landing page that has a service that I want them to look at. So for me, after I've cut a really good video that speaks to someone, to me, I'm looking at all the right places on the internet to actually put either the video itself or a link to the video. YouTube, in my opinion, is just one of those places. It's a place where somebody might find it, and hopefully they'll track back to your website. Mm-hmm. But, if you're talking 1.2 billion videos being put on there, a daily? Is that what it was? Daily or weekly?
Yeah, daily.
There's probably a lot of other websites that you're already marketing on, you've already developed a presence on. Could be LinkedIn. I get a lot of traffic from LinkedIn or from Google+. Some people that have different types of businesses might use Facebook. But I think to me that what's important is once you get your video warehouse someplace, Vimeo, YouTube, any of these other, video hosting sites, the real focus needs to be where are you going to put the link for people to find it and then go watch it.
Yeah, right. And the way I use YouTube is this, is that I upload, just like with the show videos, we upload all these episodes into YouTube, or they're already done for us since we're using Google Hangouts. And then we take the embed code, which is a small snippet of code that we put into our website. So when somebody comes to the Bottle Business Sense show, they see the video inside our website, but it's actually coming from YouTube. So if somebody happens to stumble upon one of our videos that's sitting on YouTube and doesn't know anything about the website, there's another avenue for them to come and enter our arena with the Bottle Business Sense show. So, YouTube is just one of the platforms that you can upload videos to. It's the biggest, so why not take advantage of it? And then whatever your industry specific platforms would be, and more importantly, you've got to take a look at the length of the video that you're publishing out there, because you may have time limitations as far as the size or the length of the video that you're posting to LinkedIn or to Facebook or to whatever other platform that's out there. So use the appropriate one.
Okay, to that point, what I think works a lot better is if, let's just say, okay, these shows are actually a good example of this. These shows sometimes can be as short of 25 minutes, they can go to 35 minutes. Mm-hmm. Chances are, unless somebody knows something about one of us or has a specific interest in the topic we're talking about here, they're probably not going to start and watch a 35-minute show on YouTube right off the bat. So, for people that are making longer videos, more information, educational-based videos, the best thing to do is find a highlight, a snippet, and that might be 45 seconds, maybe a minute and a half at most. Put that on YouTube with a link to the larger show, in our case, which would take us back to the Bottle Business Sense show page. And then if people like this, they can start hunting for other shows that we've already had archived.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see that technique done on, if you're a subscriber or watch any programs on TED TV. A lot of these talks, the keynote talks that they post up there are anywhere from 45 minutes to a couple hours long, and obviously we don't want to risk losing them because the video is too long on our website. So what they do is they take a little 30-second commercial or little 30-second snippets, highlights of that, post that on the website, link the real episode or link the long episode to either another version that's on your website that has the embed code for the full version, or they link it out to the YouTube channel.
Well, yeah, I would even say, hey, if you've got a 1-hour video and you've got a lot of good content, either do it yourself or pay somebody to do it, and cut it down into maybe 5 or 6 minute snippets of the core stuff, and then have multiple videos to market. Because to me, when I see a video, if I find something that's in a topic I'm interested in, and I look down there and I see it's an hour long, I'm probably not going to spend the time on it because I just don't have the time to spend.
Right.
Well, are we ultimately looking at it this way then, Rick? In other words, you're going to use YouTube as a storage facility to embed your videos to make sure that you're going to really aim your SEO, aren't you, toward the website where your video is, and have YouTube more or less as a storage facility as to where the video is going to play from when somebody clicks on the video on your website, as opposed to getting them to want to go to YouTube and YouTube only to watch the videos, right?
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, you're using the inherent search engine capability of YouTube, because it's out there in the open web, to be found by more people than any other platform that's out there other than Google. So.
Okay, and so that's what people are missing out on then if they don't use this great site called YouTube. They're missing out on all of that, and I think that's the critical issue that I think we want to drive home here. Well, look, valuable stuff, especially if you're. And Rick mentioned something earlier that I found fascinating. When you said not everybody uses videos, to me that's almost incomprehensible. I guess there are businesses out there that don't use videos, but in today's age, I find it hard to believe that somebody would take advantage of a tool like that. And if that's what you're looking for, it ties right into today's show and today's topic, to get a hold of Rick to do your videos, because there's nobody who can do them better. And at the same time, he's able to point you to all of the appropriate SEO tools and other marketing tools that you need to make that video help your business prosper. So, Rick, how does everybody get a hold of you if they're interested?
Oh, absolutely. Thanks, Bill. You can get a hold of me at 949-667-1182 or at rick at r2visualstudios.com. That's the best way to get a hold of me. As a recap, just remember, if you're new to YouTube or you don't have a channel out there, really there's three things you should be doing when you're posting videos to your new YouTube channel. And that's one, build a presence, start a YouTube channel that's reflective of your business, so you can be found out there. Two, just like you would with a textual SEO, make sure that you include descriptive keywords that describe your video, or that would lead a keyword search towards the topic of your video. And of course, you want to make sure that you have a complete description or a summary description of what the video is about, because people will read that, and also that will become an organic portion of the SEO of your video as well. And don't be afraid to, you're always welcome to leave a link to your website from YouTube in case somebody finds out about your business via YouTube and not necessarily from your website. So make sure in the description, make sure that there's a link to your website via URL. So, and
I think something you said there was very important too, Rick. You're going to want to SEO and use the keywords that are applicable to that specific video, not to just your business in general, right? You build the presence, your business presence on YouTube, but you do it by way of specific videos that are applicable to your business, and that those each individual videos are what you're going to keyword in SEO, right?
Yeah,
and of
absolutely.
course that presumes that all of our viewers know what SEO and keywords are, and if you don't know that, then that's a topic for another day, and I would urge you to get a hold of Rick to discuss that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, great show. Any last thoughts, Steve?
No, I recognize that although it sounds like with video and YouTube having established themselves for so long, that it would be hard pressed to find businesses out there. But I'll tell you, the areas that I find a lot of businesses that have no video presence at all are professional service, financial planners, financial advisors, law firms, CPA practices, IT consulting, all these kinds of what I call professional services. Many of them they don't do it. Sometimes the regulation prevents them from doing it. Other times they just don't see any value in it. And so, it doesn't surprise me that this report that Rick referenced, which incidentally, Rick, I'd love to get a copy of that, because I'd love to see exactly, some of the details of that whole thing to really figure out, who's vulnerable, who's not taking advantage of it, and their business is probably suffering as a result of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll provide the link to the website that provided this report below the video here. So just feel free to click on that, do a little bit more research on this data, and really, I hope this was helpful to those of you who aren't doing video or maybe just started doing video. That these three tips will help you establish a little bit better foothold inside the YouTube search giant for video.
Yep. Well, that'll wrap it up for today, folks. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back next week, next Tuesday at 10 o'clock for another Bottled Business Sense show with more interesting topics on legal and marketing aspects that'll help you protect and prosper your business. Until then, I hope you have a prosperous week, and let me sign off by saying goodbye and thank you to our co-hosts Rick Moscoso and Steve Smith. Guys, have a great week.
All right,
Hey, we'll
you
see
too,
you guys next week.
Have a great day.
See ya.